My name is Gordy Rush from Team Real World. He is Maurice Velasquez. Maurice, hello.
Hey, Gordy, how are you? Good to be here.
Good. Let's wrap things up. We've been talking about the alignment model and how to use it to increase your team performance, morale, and engagement. So we've talked about storming, which is phase 2.
Right.
And that we need to listen to the staff and help them find answers to their problems. So then we go to phase 3, which is norming.
Norming is the one that that we almost skip all the time. See, with storming, just the nature of problems, it forces us to go to storming. You know what I'm saying? But what happens with norming is that we forget to do these things, okay? And we don't realize that, man, you can't really ask people to perform if you don't norm. So what does norm mean? Norm means this. Remember the problems that we disagreed with in storming? Mm-hmm. Okay? What were those problems about?
Well, problems about not being able to communicate up and down.
Right.
Obviously part of that.
That's right.
Being not able to have a release to identify what people's problems are.
That's right. And they fell in 4 areas.
Correct.
1, processes.
Yeah.
Right? We're disagreeing about how something is supposed to be done. Second of all, we're disagreeing about the roles. Right?
Right.
Third, we're disagreeing about what other departments are supposed to be doing or not doing.
And then something global.
And fourth, something global, right?
Right.
Well, you know what we don't do, Gordy? Is when we say, okay, I think we figured it out. I see what we're doing. So what we're saying is we're agreeing that we've had this fight and this disagreement because we're not doing this the same way, but now we're saying we're going to do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is everybody in agreement? Yes. Everybody says yes, is in agreement. Great. Good. We're getting out of storming, but then what do we forget to do?
Norm it, bring it into agreement, into alignment. This is what is normal.
Put it on a sheet of paper.
Okay. Yeah.
Somebody put it on a sheet of paper, and that sheet of paper can be a formal process or it can be the notes of a meeting. In other words, the notes of a meeting could say is we agreed that we were going to fix it and put those steps in the meeting notes, right? But officialize it. In other words, norm it. Make it to where people can't walk out of that meeting and kind of have their own interpretation. Okay?
I got you. So it's got to be in writing.
It's
got to be in writing. Otherwise, people forget about it. They're not going to make a point.
Right. And we just forget, Gordy, that we're just all different personalities. Mm-hmm. Okay. We think we were all paying attention when we said 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. And we think everybody was listening. Right. That nobody tuned out. Mm-hmm. That nobody missed any of the steps. All right. And that we were all in agreement about it. Well, what happens is the D's in the room, they're usually not present in that meeting 70% of the time. Why? Because their head is constantly at go. They're all, and I personality is almost not at the meeting 80% of the time. Why? Because they're likewise triple tasking. Mm-hmm. Okay. The S's, they're wanting to ask about 5 questions for each one of those steps, but we didn't give time for that in the meeting. Right. And then the high C individuals, this is the DISC model, they want to ask a lot more details regarding what the impact's going to be. You see what I'm saying? So we come out of a meeting and we had a real quick conversation and we agreed we're going to do steps 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Okay, good. Everybody's on page. Great. Everybody goes up, boom, leaves the room. And how long does that last?
30 minutes, 1 day.
1 day.
Yeah.
What happens 6 weeks later?
Everybody's forgot about it.
But the performance issues are still there.
That's correct.
The problems are still there. And then that's brought up back to the supervisor, back to the manager. And then they go, wait a minute. I thought we said 1, 2, 3, 4. And somebody says, no, we didn't. We actually said 1, 2, and 5.
Yeah.
And then somebody else says, well, I don't even think we actually agreed. What do you think? Well, you know what? I thought we were supposed to come back and think about it and actually finalize it. I think it was on the table. And here we are 6 weeks later with the same problems all over again.
All right. So I get it now.
So in norming,
right,
it's all about officializing it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And it has to be an agreement that once the notes are sent out with the 1, 2, 3, 4, everyone agrees that's it. So if you don't bring it up, you're going to be held accountable to that 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you didn't agree, you need to bring it back up again. You know what I'm saying? And if you have more questions, you got to bring it back up. But if we said execute, then that means we're all executing. Ready? Ready, everybody? Let's norm. Everybody on the same page? 1, 2, ready? Now you're norming. Okay? And then for the next 30 days, we're going to practice this together and check its progress every week.
Okay.
until we make this problem go away and then ask ourselves the question, what's the next issue? And you keep norming and get everybody on the same page.
All right, I get it. So help me out. Fill in the blanks here.
Okay.
If we identify problems.
Correct.
And
In the storming phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we find solutions.
Right. Correct.
Then we make those in the processes or guidelines or training modules.
That's right. Exactly. By writing them down, right?
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's how you get people and teams out of the storming phase.
And get them into norming, by writing them down, making them the training, the modules.
And if we do this consistently in practice, the things we decided, what's going to happen?
Well, hopefully you're going to start performing.
Exactly.
Right.
But everybody's going to be performing as we agreed.
Gotcha.
And then managers and executives realize, oh, okay, this is how you get teams to perform. You don't tell them, okay?
You let them figure it out on their own.
But you teach them how to figure it out first.
Right.
Okay? And you tell them, now that I've shown you how to do this, where do we start? Go find the problems. You see, go find the problems. Go talk to the staff, find out what the problems are. Let's figure out what those answers are. Let's build them in a process. Let's practice, perform. Then, 2 weeks later, what do? Find out what the problems are. Okay? And just constantly give everybody a comfort level that is very healthy. It's actually expected for everybody to bring up problems. Why? Because we love to fix problems here.
So if this is so simple that we just did this in one show and you could fix companies like this and you can make them $1 million or whatever it is, right?
Right.
How come people fail at this and how come they struggle to get this going? Three reasons off the top of your head. What are three
Off
things
the top of my head is what the Godfather said. It's business. It's not personal. We take everything so personally that when staff bring up issues, the supervisors take it personally. Okay? And then when supervisors bring issues, the managers take it personally.
Sure.
And so there's a defense mechanism, Gordy, that we just, so that's the first thing. Just remember, it's business.
Okay.
Okay? And in business, there's problems. So go find out what the problems are. And even if it's your fault, you're going to be part of the solution. The problem is if you become a stopgap in that solution process, that you become a problem. So it's just business. Business operates by taking care of problems. The second thing I would say, Gordy, is that have the patience to go through this process. Most of us just don't have the patience because we're so driven to perform that we don't realize that if you want to really develop a team, you have to teach them how to fix problems on their own. And this is the way to do it. Okay. And that leads to the third part is that managers feel that they've been hired to fix the problems. Okay. And they only want to fix the problems that matter to them.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Got you.
And then they hire supervisors because they're good at what they do, and supervisors realize they need to fix problems, but they only want to fix the problems that are important to them. Okay? So the humility of it is, first of all, it's business. It's not personal. Second, you got to have the patience to go through the process of learning how to develop. Okay? Third, you got to be humble enough to realize that most of the problems that land on your desk is because they weren't taken care of before when it was on somebody else's issue. So they have to listen to each other's problems and say, if that matters to you, I'm going to help you fix your problem. And the managers have to worry about, be humble to listen to each other as to what's important to them.
It's about trust.
And it's about trust and humility and servant leadership.
All right. So just a little bit of time left.
Sure.
Let me ask you this question. And this is sort of a myth. Do great frontliners, is there a rule that they cannot make great supervisors, or maybe they can, or does and the same from supervisors to manager? A lot of people wonder, like, wow, he's a fantastic frontliner, but that's his skill set.
Right. That's a good question. The answer is that no, we should not think of it like that.
Okay.
If you're a great frontliner and you want to make him into a great supervisor, you have to realize that you just lost a great frontliner, and you probably are about to promote a horrible supervisor because it's a different task. It's a different skill set. So if you're going to promote a good frontliner to becoming a supervisor, you need to teach them supervisor skills because those are totally different than what made them good frontliners. So I'll answer to you this way. Who is a better ball player? Okay. Michael Jordan or his coach?
Michael Jordan.
Why does he need a coach?
Well, because somebody's got to organize the team. It's a team effort, even though he scores 63 points.
So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Who's a better coach, the coach or Michael Jordan?
The coach.
You see what I'm saying? So,
Gotcha.
So if you're going to, the rule is this, can I teach this person how to be a good supervisor? They may be a lousy frontliner, but could they be a good supervisor?
Interesting.
See, most supervisors aren't good frontliners. So, but are they good supervisors?
Good stuff there. Now, all right, that's our show for today. Now, you've got a boot camp coming up.
Yeah,
Fill me in.
yeah, August 24th. It's our one-day management excellence boot camp, which is where we're going to train all of our attendees how to apply the alignment model. And what's cool about the way we handle the boot camp is that we tailor it for the group that shows up. Okay, we find out all their problems. We put them on the board. We practice what we preach, right? And then we align the model and the class to their specific needs.
How can they get in touch with you?
Call me, 225-772-4357 or 772-HELP, or email me at maurice@teamrealworld.com.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to Winning in the Workplace, WBRP Talk 107.3 FM.